Hello everybody and welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location's 100% completion guide. Welcome to part 5 where I will be covering the custom night presets, starting pretty obviously with the first one, Angry Ballet, featuring one of the most difficult animatronics but still is surprisingly arguably the easiest one. Let's just get straight into it. Let's start with Ballora, as she's the main threat of the night. She'll go between the two doors, and you have to listen for her. She has 4 stages to know if she's closer or not. Her first stage is distant, her next stage is quiet, her next stage is close, and her next stage is very close. If she's in very close, then that means she is at the door and you need to close it immediately until you hear it become quiet again. Now let's talk about mini arenas, the only other threat on the night. You just have to electrocute them when the oxygen has the little danger indicator. They will be on Camp 6. Every time they spawn in, they will be on Camp 6, so you don't gotta worry about that. And now the third and final threat in this night is Mini Arena 2. For some reason, there's 2 different kinds. This mini arenas will appear on your face when you open cams, and they're impossible to remove. You just have to deal with them. You just have to see through the gaps in them, and that's it. That's all. They're very, very simple. Now the actual strategy for the night is very simple, since it's arguably the easiest preset in the entire game. All you have to do is listen for Ballora and close the door when you hear her. Very loud. And I recommend to electrocute the mini arenas, even though you can beat the night without doing so, because there's nothing that you need to see in this night. But I recommend doing it so you can get muscle memory of doing it, so that you, because you're gonna have to do it on later presets that are much more difficult, so you might as well start learning them now.
dance for another day, perhaps.
And there you go, you've beaten the first and easiest preset in the entire game. You'll get a cutscene, but I don't get to show it here because I've completed it already. Now let's move on to the next one. Freddy Co, the second preset. It's another really easy one, but it also has some of the most difficult characters in the game. Introducing Funtime Freddy, Bonnet, Yendo, and Funtime Foxy. These 4 characters are very annoying to deal with on the harder presets, but are incredibly easy to deal with here since most of them have very low AI. And Freddy isn't that difficult to deal with when he's pretty much by himself like he is in this one. So let's get into it. Let's start by talking about Freddy since he's the main threat of the night. He'll run between cams 3 and 4, and he has a lot of voice lines, but there's only 2 important ones. Bon Bon, go get him, or get ready for a surprise. If he says Bon Bon, go get him, he's going to send Bon Bon to the door on the side that he's on. For example, if he's in cam 3, the left side, then he's going to send Bon Bon to the left door if he says Bon Bon, go get him. If he says get ready for a surprise, he's going to send Bon Bon to the opposite one. So if he's on cam 3, the left side, he'll send Bon Bon to the right door instead. Next, let's talk about Yendo. He'll appear in the office randomly after a cam flip. He'll always be on the right side, and if you do not flip the cam back up, within 2 seconds he kills you. He works very similarly to Golden Freddy in FNAF 2. One thing I will note as well is you should not always double flip. You should always look and see if Yendo is there before double flipping. I recommend keeping your cursor within the middle or right side of the office so that you'll know if Yendo's there. Next, let's talk about Bonnet, since she has a lot of similarities with Yendo, as she'll appear randomly when you put on the cams. The biggest problem with her is that she's very annoying, especially on higher AI levels, but on this preset, she's very easy to deal with, and she's very slow. She'll start somewhere either in the middle or right side of the room and work her way to the left side, and you have to hit her nose to get rid of her. If she makes it all the way to the left side, she kills you, so I recommend keeping the cursor around the bottom middle of the screen on every preset so that you can get in the habit of doing so. Now for the final animatronic on this preset, Funtime Foxy. She'll start in cam 7 and works exactly like classic Foxy in FNAF 1. You just have to check on her every couple seconds. Around every 5 seconds, I'd say, so that you can prevent her from ever leaving. One thing I should note as well is, unlike classic Foxy, you can't look at every camera to stall her. She's only stalled on cam 7, Pirates Cove. I will also mention it is alright to let Foxy leave once or maybe even twice throughout the night. She doesn't take that much power. And I will also tell you that if she does escape, close the right door, and the second you hear knocking, you can open the door because she'll immediately go back to Pirates Cove right when the knocking starts. Now that we've talked about the first 4 animatronics in this preset, let's talk about the strategy. You deal with Bonnet and Yendo pretty much the same way. When you see them in the office, just either flip out the camera for Yendo or click Bonnet. They're very easy. You want to keep your camera on cam 7 the whole night for Foxy, and flip around every 4 to 5 seconds. Then there's Freddy. You're going to have to track Freddy as he moves around the building. He'll move left when you hear left footsteps. He'll move right when you hear right footsteps. One of the biggest challenges for new players on Sister Location's Custom Night is tracking Freddy, since it can be a bit annoying, especially on the later presets when there's more aggressive animatronics on. There's 2 things you could do. You could, 1, just keep his location in the back of your mind when you hear footsteps, or you could you could say where he's going out loud to yourself so that you can try to remember better. Either one of these works. I personally keep his location in the back of my mind. And lastly, a tip for conserving power if you're really struggling with that. Wait for Freddy to finish his voice line before closing the door, since he takes quite a while to get to the door after saying his voice line, like maybe a second and a half. So you can save a good amount of power by doing that, especially on later presets.
Ready for a surprise? Ready for a surprise? Hey, boy, go get him! Anybody home? Get ready for a surprise! Boy, let's not keep our friend waiting! Hey, boy, go get him! Here I come! Get ready for a surprise! Oh, birthday boy! Knock, anybody home?
And there you go, you've now completed Freddy Co, and you'll get another cutscene if you haven't already seen it. Thank you very much for watching. The next video will be on Funtime Frenzy and Doll's Attack, the third and fourth preset. If you don't mind, please like and subscribe for some more videos. Thank you so much for watching. Again, take care, y'all.